Picks up the foul. The Redbacks gave the baseline away. Yes, Tommy McLean also played with the successful Coburn Cougars back in '84. Contributed 21 points, was a very good player.
There's 2 fouls for the Burswood Redbacks on Peter Catlangian, their point guard, and 2 on Bissart. And they could be very concerned with this first quarter not through as Tommy McLean misses the first one. And a great leap there from Darryl Pace. Duncan Darryl Pace cleaning up the boards. Back to Frame now. Frame spending more time already on the court than what he did last week when Don Shepherd went with 5 and 5 only. Blahoff, nice wheel and deal. Pace with a hand. Blahoff with his own rebound. Turns around, goes on the baseline. Catlangian at the point guard. Bissart lost control, took his eyes off the ball.
He did, and he really does need to... I think he's getting perhaps a little too much of the ball. He's working too hard as McLean looks from the outside. No good. Hunt, superb vision. Hits Chamberlain, doesn't want it. It's normally his shot. Hunt off the glass, still no good. Bissart. There's no slight against Matt Bissart either. He's a superb player. Nice move, Peter Catlangian off the glass. 15 plays 11, 1.5 in the first quarter.
Nice body control by Catlangian there. He's a very experienced point guard, and point guards are a premium in any competition. Ray Chamberlain just on the 3-point line, only 2 points for that. 13 plays 15. We're within the last 2 minutes of this first quarter as Pace gets the ball underneath, dispossessed by Ray Chamberlain.
Great hands, Ray Chamberlain too. He nailed that shot from the out past the 45 and then was back in defence. Darryl Pace is no slow coach either, Johnny. He can get up and down the floor. He's got a great leap. He should wear a stack hat sometimes. He gets up so high.
He runs the floor very, very well, and he's playing inside. Not a lot of body there, but certainly leaps very well. Catlangian, Bissart on the right-hand side. Pace posting, throws the fake. We'll have a travel call. Violation, lifting him the pivot foot before the ball left his hands, and Fundings Land once more comes down in control for Batavia.
I think the Redbacks have put a little bit too much pressure on themselves too. That's what I was trying to get at with Matt Bissart, as Tom McLean misses. Darryl Pace is certainly a player who likes to get pumped up if things don't go his way. It's when you're all pumped up, it's a long way down. Frame, Blahoff for 3. Nails it. 18 plays 13. We're running down to the last minute of the first quarter of the McDonald State Basketball League final on GWN.
That's the real danger for the Bucks right now. If Blahoff goes to the outside, he has the range. As Fundingsland also has the range. There's an answer. A 3-pointer. Brings it back to that 1 basket margin. We're within the last 30 seconds of the match. 26 on the shot clock. 22 on the match clock, so the shot clock doesn't matter. Burswood will play it down, looking for 1 shot or a gimme layup underneath. Blahoff controlling the ball. Back to Bissart. Bissart to Blahoff on the right. Down to 10. 9 remaining in the clock. Blahoff from the right-hand side, unsuccessful. Bissart with the offensive rebound within the key. Puts it down, buries it. 20 plays 16 as the first quarter ends of this 1989 SPL final in favour of the Burswood Redbacks.
Tonight's her comedy scorcher. Your favourite graduates are back, and their assignment to mould a brand new generation of recruits into a fighting machine and save their beloved academy. Tonight, 8:40, Police Academy 3 on GWN.
Catch Chicken Treats' new gravy train offer. A quarter barbecue chicken, a serve of chips plus gravy for $3.99. And with every gravy pack, you can buy a can of Coke for only 20 cents. Stealing now.
Great moments in sport from Gillette Contour Plus. The home and away VFL games of 1988. Collingwood clashes with Carlton. And during the third quarter, young Steve Silvani, the Game Blues defender, takes the mark of the year over Craig Starcevich. The Woods went on to win by 23 points. But nothing can take away from Silvani's magnificent moment and this sensational display of aerial grace. Another great moment in sport from Gillette, the best a man can get.
Hello there, Gary Duncan from Duncan & Johnson. Most of you are probably aware we have the biggest and best range of sports shoes in town. Plus, each shoe purchase gives you a ticket in the draw to win $1,000 cash. Not only do we have the best range of shoes, we have the best service and lowest prices. Here are a few specials. Lotto Barsky 1 and 2, Converse Fast Break, Lotto Elite, Puma Cross Trainer, Dunlop KT26, Adidas Rome. Don't forget, you can win $1,000 cash by buying a pair of sports shoes before the end of October. Duncan & Johnson, Geraldton.
Do you want to enjoy the good life? Lay back and just relax? Magnolia's has the answer. Hang it here. Hang it there. You can just about hang it anywhere. Order your net chair or hammock from Magnolia's Dampier Crescent Broome today. Phone 091 935508.
And we're back with the Golden West Network Satellite Sports special live coverage of the SBL final with Southwest Slammers coach Marty Zeller. Well, Marty, after the first quarter, the Redbacks leading the Buccaneers by just 4 points, and the Birds were in a little bit of foul trouble.
A little bit of foul trouble, but the first quarter's basically gone, well, the first 4 minutes of the game was definitely in Birdswood's favor. It was 8-2. It's because of the fast tempo, fast paced. But after that, I think the tempo swung to the Batavia Buccaneers.
Let's see how they do. Second quarter.
Welcome back to the second quarter as the ball is thrown up by Sid Stevens. Catlangian comes up with the possession. Catlangian at the top now. We've still got a man-to-man match-up here by Batavia. Renee Lieb, good pressure by Ray Chamberlain, and an inexplicable turnover there by Bissard. Hunt fading outside. That will be a foul. Let's see if we can pick it up on the replay here. We haven't got the replay coming through. We're watching Sid Stevens. It looks like it's on Matt Bissard, and that should be his third foul.
That's a crucial foul. If that is his third foul, Redbacks could be in big trouble. Funseyland for 3. Sorry, Brian. We're also seeing a good matchup inside between Renee Lieb and Andrew Vlahoff. Renee, much older than Andrew, but very strong. Catalanian for 3. No good. Bissard gets a hand to it, can't control it. No one really wants it as he rolls it around. 4-point lead to the Redbacks at quarter time. These teams are 1-1 for the regular season. Great weak side help by Dan Hunt to intimidate Bissard. Ball spills out. It's going to be a Buccaneer ball.
The Redbacks look like they'll come out with that ball. It's come off a Buccaneer's hand, and Evans with the ball. He'll inbounds to Catlangian. Catlangian at the point roll. Out to Vlahoff. Puts it for the little stutter dribble on the left-hand side. Pulls up for the jump shot. He'll get the points, will he? But it's an offensive foul. Sid Stevens going to signal to the bench. The 2 points count, and the offensive foul is on Andrew Vlahoff, making the scoreline 22-16, and Andrew Vlahoff brings up his 9th point for the match.
John, what we're also seeing too, and it was evident in last week's semi-final against Tangney, was that the Buccaneers are prepared to switch off all screens, which puts a lot more pressure on the ball.
Yes, they're not losing anything in the switch. Ray Chamberlain on the right-hand side, puts to the ground, dishes off to McLean. McLean back to Fundingsland. Fundingsland again to McLean. Vlahoff standing there intimidating. McLean again to Pat Hunt. Hunt takes it. Damn, we're all mixed up here, but the Buccaneers know that they've got another 2 points. 22-18. There's an easy basket from Darryl Pace.
Darryl Pace likes to get out on the break, and he usually finishes off that way. Yes, Dan Hunt made himself available on that play just previous to Pace's 2-pointer. He's all alone. They're giving him that shot. Hits Renee Lieb on the baseline. Going nowhere. Not enough movement. Ball's a bit slow. Chamberlain. Evans. Catlandian on the break. Bissard to his right. He finds him. He looks for 3. Wampa.
That's the thing that Matt Bissard does best. He shoots from beyond that 3-point line as a stand-up jump shooter, not necessarily with a pull-up jumper, and they will need to get out and put more pressure on him as Tommy McLean gets the ball back into Ray Chamberlain. Fundingsland on the right-hand side. There's his answer, and another 3-pointer, making it 21-27, a 6-point margin now to the Burswood Redbacks.
Brian Fundingsland, twice the MVP of this league, last year and also in '87. Evans for 3. And that's right, Fundingsland nails for 3, also picks up the defensive rebound. Looking to get things organised. Redbacks in their zone. Good pressure on the ball. Still not a lot of movement through the keyway. Hunt pops. No good. Tommy McLean did a good job on the offensive boards to keep it alive. Bissard doesn't like it. Has a few words with the ref. Sid Stevens. So McLean will inbound this ball. Great hands, Peter Catlandian. Sitting on 2 fouls, he has to be pretty careful with that too.
A lot of pressure out there on both sides. A lot of tension coming up now. Chamberlain back to the top. Hunt, skip pass, across to Fundingsland again from beyond the 3-point line. There's a great contest between 2 great athletes. Hunt comes up with a second effort and puts the shot up. Fundingsland comes up with the offensive board, steps around, dishes off. Look for Dan Hunt in the corner. Dan Hunt was not there. Burswood's ball. Catlangian. Vlahoff out past the 3-point line. It's high, it's good, but not in the basket. Scrapping underneath. Batavia come up with the ball. 27 playing 21. 8 minutes 55 remaining in the second quarter.
Brian Fundingsland ends up on the deck. He'll be okay. He's a great player. Great competitor. Hunt still popping up high. Got Fundingsland way over to the right here by himself. Hunt off the... Oh, great intimidation by Paces. Bizard drags in a rebound. Catlandian on the break. Looks for three. Hits the front, rims out. Evans keeps it alive. We've seen some great offensive boards by both teams keeping the ball alive.
I think that Don Shepherd would be a little bit concerned on the Burswood bench right now. There's not very much offense at all coming from the Burswood Redbacks. It's all coming down to individual efforts. They're all prepared to take it in, and that's what we're talking about. Pace was not ready for that, looking to step up from the screen. The ball came as an absolute rocket from Catlangian. Fundingsland again past the three-point line, unsuccessful. Blahoff's defensive board, and we've got a 3-on-2.
The Buccaneers really do have to make the Redbacks pay while they're playing in this manner. And that transition then from the Fundingsland miss to the Evans layup is not the way to go. 29 plays 21, just under 8 remaining.
Tommy McLean, who's done such a great job with the Buccaneers this year, into Renee Lieb. McLean spent a lot more time on the court this match than I've seen him play all this year with the SBL.
I think that's a good move as Bizard bangs off the board. 10-point split, 31 plays 21. He's a very, very experienced player, and he just adds that little bit of, well, experience, obviously, to that both ends of the court, defense and offense.
He's also a great perimeter shooter, too, and they'll be looking to him to get some perimeter shots. An ex-St Kilda player, a great WA rep, passing off now. Fundingsland has the ball. Fundingsland with the right hand, dishes off to McLean. Let's see if he can do it. Unsuccessful, had a look, didn't like it. Pace with another great board, and Catlandian leads the break.
Well, that's the problem in that play. That's if they don't hit from the outside, the Redbacks will clean up with their tall timber on the inside. Nice spin move, Andrew Vlahoff. Rims in and out, Pace tidies up. Again, you really need to box out as we go into a timeout. 33 plays 21.
It's here, the very latest UBD Street Directory, only $16.95 at News Power, and sharp electronic typewriters at a $30 saving from selected News Power news agencies.
Catch Chicken Treats new gravy train offer. A quarter barbecue chicken, a serve of chips plus gravy for $3.99. And with every gravy pack, you can buy a can of Coke for only 20 cents. Stealing now.
Wolcobin Merino Stud of Woodenilling's annual on-property sale will be on Thursday, October the 5th. Following previous outstanding successes, recent Wage and Woolarama honours include most points in the Merino section overall and Champion Merino Ram at the 88 Perth Royal. Wolcobin will be offering 176 Merino sires, well known for their white medium wool. Also offered will be 800 ewes, including top pens of ewes, which can be mated to the Wolcobin sire of your choice. Don't miss Wolcobin annual sale, October the 5th.
Okay, Batavia Buccaneers now inbounding the ball. Aaron Dukas back on the floor for Tommy McLean. Fundingsland coming down to the right-hand side. Looks like Burrs would have gone. No, they're staying in their zone. Chamberlain, Burnett back on the floor. Dukas to Chamberlain. Chamberlain not being able to do much, and that's Catlangian with great hands, and there's a critical steal by Catlangian. He'll pull it up, look for a little more offense, and I guess, Brad, with Bizard putting the ball to the ground here, Don Shepherd, what would he have had to say to Burswood in that timeout?
Well, I really think the ball has to be moved around the perimeter a lot faster, and as soon as they can get it inside, just as that play, Vlahoff bangs in 2 more points. It's interesting to note, too, John, that Dan Hunt only has 2 points in the match so far.
Hunt can play in the spasms like that. He's able to suddenly turn it on. Fundingsland's doing the lion's share of the scoring. Dukas with his first shot from outside, unsuccessful. Bizard with a great defensive board, and there's Dan Hunt adding his score. 4 points now, good, quick hands. Bizard's got to be careful out there, Brad. He's got 3 fouls already.
Sure, and if looks could kill, Sid Stevens would be dead by now because he wasn't happy with a no call on that good hands play by Dan Hunt. Vlahoff inside to Evans. Hits him, great weak side help from Ray Chamberlain to come and hassle him. Peter Catlanian can find range, bangs in 3.
They're starting to find their range now, the Burswood Redbacks. 20-16 at quarter time, 38-23 now, with just under a half of this quarter remaining. And what can Batavia do to come back? They've shown great character all year. Fundingsland dishes off, and he'll come up with a foul on Frame. Frame fouled, wasn't able to contain Fundingsland's great quickness there. Wasn't prepared to let Fundingsland go to the basket.
Peter Lucas was in good position to see that foul as well. Fundingsland on the drive, looks to dish off again. Great intimidation by Vlahov. We've got about 5'7" against 6'8". He didn't have too many options. Chamberlain.
It's a big 6'8" too.
Well, he's a big man. Dukas. Chamberlain. Oh, nice air on that shot. Flies over the top and pops in for 2. 38 plays 25.
Catlangi with a nice move on the baseline. He caught Brian Fundings there with a little body weave and went on the baseline. Sid Stevens is signalling the foul on Brian Fundingsland. 38 to play 25 at the moment, and Bissart will inbounds the ball. Finding Frame on the left-hand side, just in front of our commentary position here, looking to find Vlahov on the baseline. He throws the fake, puts the ball to the floor, spins and wheels inside. Nice pop jump shot, unsuccessful though, and Chamberlain comes away with the board.
Their shooting percentage isn't very high, John, and as I mentioned earlier, the Buccaneers really have to make them pay. Hunt misses. Bissart, gee, he's pulling in a few rebounds too.
And Batavia are really letting Burswood off the hook because they're not shooting very well at all at their end of the court. But we've got Andrew Vlahov again finding Bissart. Bissart, nice assist there by Vlahov. These pair have built up a great understanding in the last 14 weeks.
Well, they used to play against each other last year. Vlahov for Stanford and Bissart for the University of California, Berkeley. Chamberlain. Dan Hunt hits Chamberlain down low. Intimidated again. Spins out. Enough Redback hands in there to sink a battleship, and maybe it will be the Bucks battleship. Catlanian comes up with the careless hands by Evans. Ian Frame looking to get things underway.
Well, Burswood are well up here, and they need to build on this break. There's a three-pointer from Vlahov. It's unsuccessful, but Craig Evans with a great offensive board. He's come back with a lot of strength this week after what was appearing to be a very serious accident in a car accident last week after their semi-final victory over the Hopman Cup Hawks. He's come back strong into this game.
Not enough boxing out by the Buccaneers in their defensive end either, John.
I think the manpower on the body, the actual body, the upper body strength in particular, of Burswood is starting to show now, and they're wearing the Batavia team down. But Batavia have been a team that's always been able to come back through this SBL competition. Bissart from the outside, Vlahov with a great offensive board, and that's indicative of what you were talking about. We've got a timeout called here with the score 44-25, 3:23 remaining. We'll see the timeout called by Tommy McLean, the coach of the Batavia Buccaneers, and they would be a little bit concerned right now as they go into this timeout.
We coming here?
3 minutes to go.
3 minutes to go in the first quarter.
All right, well, we're back in the studio here for the Golden West Network Satellite Sports Special live coverage of the SBL Final. Marty, what do you think so far?
Well, so far, as I said, the first 4 minutes of the game, the tempo was in favor of the Burswood, and the Buccaneers came back, slowed it down a little bit, but they haven't been able to control the talented players of the Burswood Redbacks because they got their fast break going, plus now they're hitting their three-point shots, and so Buccaneers have to come out in defense, stop them from shooting the three-pointers. Then they go inside. They've got the talent inside as well. Matt Beersworth's game's not on, so they're going inside. And he and Vlahov are doing the job, both inside and outside.
We're seeing some pictures here now. Maybe just talk us through the play, if you can.
Well, both of the players, this is something Daryl Pace has done a great job in the entire first half, is intimidation. He's really effective, intimidating, blocking the shots, and there you go, you know, that's Burswood's game, fast break. Here's Bryant trying to penetrate as much as possible. Again, Pace is inside to stop that, intimidate. It's going to be a problem for him unless Brian can pull up once he beats the first line of defense and get a shot off.
Geraldton really hasn't shot so well in this in the second quarter anyway, really, has it? No.
First quarter, probably because of nerves. Second quarter, they're forcing their shots a little bit because they're down so much.
I think we're almost ready to go back to the game.
Great play. Oh,
That was
superb defensive
goaltending.
effort by Daryl Pace.
Normally that would be a goaltending, but the ball was still in Dan Hunt's hand as Pace got up and stripped him of possession.
And what a magnificent dribble by Craig Evans as he hits Daryl Pace open on the baseline, and he pops in another two. Daryl Pace can certainly play both ends of the floor, as you've just witnessed. 48 plays 25.
Pace with 18 big points in the first half last week against the Hopman Cup Hawks. Only scored 24 for the match, but he can explode and blow a game apart. If you just saw his ability to run the floor, he got that hand to Hunt on the defense, came back and converted the basket at the other end, and that becomes a three-point play.
Well, he averages 26 points a game and 11 rebounds. He's a very, very talented player. The Redbacks still in their zone defense. Hunt by himself, rims out. Bizard, another rebound. And onto the break again. Catlandian, the key player for the Redbacks, he links it all together. Craig Evans hits the open Bizard, looks for the dribble. Back to Evans, another three, in and out. Oh, superb leap by Daryl Pace. Unbelievable.
Well, we've got a substitution being made here. Tommy McLean bringing in Renee Lieb to replace Gavin Burnett. Tom would be concerned very much about that activity on the board. They've got a bigger forward line out there. Lieb's going to give away a lot in inches and a lot in years, but he's a great competitor. Lieb with the ball from the elbow, unsuccessful. He's in there, dishing it up, got a hand to it. Catlangian off to Bissart. Bissart pulls it up. And they've got a confidence about them right now, the Burswood Redbacks.
Yeah, as Craig Evans causes a turnover, yes, they're looking somewhat arrogant in their approach at the moment. They're supremely confident. Nice little finger roll by Renee Lieb as we go to another timeout. 49 plays 27. The Redbacks leading the Batavia Buccaneers.
49 to 27, minute 50 remaining before half-time, and the Burswood Redbacks have certainly put their stamp on this game and blown the Buccaneers away. They're led by 4 points at half-time. They've blown that lead out, and they're playing very, very confidently at the moment.
Well, Daryl Pace has had a great second quarter so far. He's picked up 9 points to take his tally to 11. Vlahoff is 6. Bizart has 7. So the spread of scoring is really starting to tell. Their first quarter effort of only 20 points is not very much, is it?
Well, of course, more concern from the Batavia Buccaneers. They were 16 at quarter time, and they've only scored 27. They've got 11 points for the quarter. They're really struggling to score right now, and they need to get more productivity through the hands of Ray Chamberlain and Dukas and Lieb, because Dan Hunt can't buy a basket right now.
No, I think his run will start... It'll pick up. I can't see Dan Hunt lying down for too much longer. Craig Evans back in motion, the Redbacks. Nice spin move, good intimidation, but the basket stands for Matt Bizard. It's great basketball, John. You know, the offense was great, the defense was great. There's just nothing you can do about it.
Well, some good strong movement in there. Bizard posting up. Dukas now from a three-point margin. That brings the Batavia Buccaneers up to 30, brings the margin to 21. We're within the last 2 minutes of this second quarter, as Catlangian finds Bissart on the right-hand side. Bissart pushes it, good ball movement to Evans, and once more Pace comes up with room underneath, and another 2 points, making it 53 to 30 now to the Burswood Redbacks.
Well, they're starting to hit that open man inside.